Hey everyone, it's Hadar. Thank you for joining me. Do you know these words that always get stuck in your mouth when you say them? And you're so frustrated and you think there's something wrong with you? Well, today, along with Andres from Andres en Inglés, we are going to talk about these words. Before sitting together, Andres posted a question to his community asking what are the most difficult words for you? It was so interesting to see how many of the same words came up in all of those answers. So today we're going to tackle the most confusing words for Spanish-speaking people. Also, don't forget to go check out the interview I had on Andres's channel. There we talked about speaking English as a non-native speaker, English learning methods, limiting beliefs, and so much more. It's a lot of fun, so definitely go check it out and be sure to subscribe while you're there. Let's check out how to pronounce the most complicated words for non-native speakers.
Thank you everybody who sent me those words, and I want to start with one that is very difficult for me and I've been trying to master. Can we start with the word world? Am I saying that right?
Actually, you were very, it's almost there, and it is a very challenging word. Let's break it down, okay? So we start with the W sound,
Wa.
and for that you round your lips,
Wa,
right?
yeah.
But then, even though there is an O here, you don't want to pronounce it because there is no O. You want to delete it.
So what would you do?
And you shift to the R directly. So from the W
World.
to the L.
Oh my God. World. Oh my
Yes.
God, it's groundbreaking.
Yes.
Let me just try that again.
Okay.
World.
Oh, that was really good.
Oh my God.
And also,
It works.
it works. The system works.
You know, you definitely should try her course on. I always try to say improving your accent, but I know that's wrong.
No, improving your accent works. But
Okay.
speaking with clarity.
Let me try that again.
Okay, and I'm going to say one more thing for people who are not that familiar with the dark L, as you do. So for your,
World.
like Spanish-speaking community, there is no O, right? They would go to, may say something like world
World.
or world, right? They won't, or just word. It may be pronounced as a D. So the L is important. Now, can you tell me what happens in your mouth when you say the full sound?
World. My tongue kind of like the movement. It turns into like a little U inside.
Yeah.
Is it like that?
Yeah, like something stretches
World.
there in the back.
Yeah.
And basically the L is this O sound.
I've been watching so many videos about pronunciation, and they try to show you the position of the tongue, and sometimes I can't understand. But when you give me an example that you just did,
Yeah.
and you say like, that's what we need, and
Yeah.
that's like, you tell me put your tongue this way, and I'll be like, I can't.
I don't
Like I
get
don't
it.
even know how.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know that muscle that we don't know how to use. But when you said to me, just drop the O
Yeah.
and just
And everything just like fell into place. And you just listen to the pure sounds that your mouth will know how to make, and you let go.
like honestly, like
Yeah.
I'm blown away by this.
So if you think of it, I would write it differently. I would write it like W-E-R-E, word. And then I'll put probably like 3 L's,
I'm
and then a
definitely
D,
finishing.
world. So we have the word world.
Yes.
It sounds so good.
Oh my God, I'm so happy.
Someone also requested the word word,
Word.
which is basically like world with no L.
When you have that D at the end,
Yes.
is it a strong sound? You should like
You do not want it to sound like a T. So you don't want to say word.
so word.
Word,
Because
which
sometimes I'm afraid that it's like I'm being a little too hard on the D at the end.
yeah. But you
Word.
gotta make that sound.
But it has to be subtle.
Yeah, word.
Word.
Listen, it's like this.
Word. So you have to hold that.
Yeah, you gotta hold it. Word.
Word.
Just do this.
Word. Word. Word.
Yes.
Word. I want to leave it like that because I did it right. So let's move on to the next.
Let's move on to the next word. Thursday.
So different between Thursday and Tuesday.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, right?
Yeah.
So Thursday starts with a TH and then the R immediately. Let's do it together. So you stick the tongue up for the TH and then you pull it in for the R.
Thursday.
And then it's a Z sound.
It's like a Z sound.
Yeah.
So
Thursday.
So you have to feel that vibration here.
Yeah, very good. For the
Learning
Z.
from the best.
Thursday.
Thursday.
So Thursday and Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yes.
So Thursday has that THR, Z and day,
Thursday.
right? And also it's important to do the entire vowel like day,
Tuesday.
right? So it's not Thursday, Thursday. And
Right.
Tuesday, always think of it as like the second day of the week, right? You have
Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday, you start with
Tuesday.
two. That would be like
Do you do the Z sound?
Tuesday, yeah, the Z.
Tuesday. Oh, this is very difficult. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Murder. Am I saying that right?
Okay, so the beginning was great,
Mur.
but then make sure that you don't stick the tongue up for the D. Remember that the D in Spanish turns like a T, turns into a TH.
Murder.
Yeah, so the D needs to be strong. The
Murder.
tongue needs to be
Murder.
on the upper palate. Not
You know, it's funny.
murder.
There's
Murder.
like now I'm finding that a lot of the difference are based on the fact that we're not touching the upper part of our mouth.
For the D.
For some
For
letters.
some sounds, yes.
Some sounds,
Yes,
yes.
yes. So for the D, for Spanish speakers, when the D's in the middle of a word between vowels, then the tongue
So that
touches
would
the
be
teeth, and you need to
mur-
bring it to that fleshy part, to the gums.
Murder.
So murder.
Murder.
Right. Say der, murder.
Murder.
Now the D is
Murder.
lighter, so it needs
Is
to
it
be a little
lighter?
like, yeah, murder.
Murder. Yeah, because I feel like it's like
Yes.
like it is there, but it's not.
Yeah.
Murder.
Actually, this D is like the flat T, which is like the short Spanish R.
Ooh.
Murder.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
You're gonna try that.
Okay, uncomfortable.
That was great.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's break it down.
So
for
you break it
those
out
who are
because
listening.
I kind of like think I know how it sounds because I use that word a lot.
Right. So if you read it phonetically, it would be uncomfortable, right?
Oh, yeah.
Uncomfortable. Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. Uncomfortable.
Good. Do it again.
Uncomfortable.
Very good. And the bull at the end, which you're doing super nicely, it's a dark L. So a little trick that will help you if you say uncomfortable, like a light L, is to think as if you're adding an O between the B and the L.
Yes, I think it's
Uncomfortable.
bull. I
Yeah.
think I said that in one of my videos, like a hack that I use. That is not really a proper
Exactly.
use of it, but it's a hack.
It's a hack and it's a good one, so use it.
It's a life hack.
Yeah.
So, oh wow, this is like everybody's drinking that for Halloween.
Ooh, and I feel like the crying. So,
So
you
let me
it.
try pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah, very good. So pumpkin. So the P in the middle is not super clear.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Pumpkin.
So pumpkin. Relaxed A. Spice.
Spice.
Not. How would some Spanish speakers say it?
Spice.
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 Right. No E before an SP.
I saw this in one of her videos and I thought it was so helpful. Just try to be like spice.
Right. Start with the S because you know.
And
how
that
to
would
make an
sound
S.
like an S, not like a C.
An S. Right. Exactly. So you make the S a little longer, and then you won't accidentally add an S sound like you would in Spanish.
I think-
So pumpkin spice, and you want to connect
Pumpkin
it?
Spice latte.
Right. And the latte,
That is actually not an English word.
not an English word, but when you use it in America or in a place where people speak English, then you want to use the English sounds. So it's not latte, but
Latte. That would be like what kind of? Is that
as in
is
father.
That, father. Okay.
right? As in
Latte.
father. And not te, but te.
Take. Oh, really?
Right. There are never words that end with
Latte.
a in English. So it's probably going to be a long A sound. Latte, ballet, cafe.
Oh, cafe. Okay.
Right? Not a, not cafe.
So pumpkin spice latte.
Latte.
Latte. Oh, right.
Yeah. Try it again.
Pumpkin spice latte.
Yes.
Nice.
That's a good one.
If
You
it's
say
not a
it.
boy, it's a
It's
girl.
Yes. So you want to round your lips a little bit. Move from the G sound to the R. Grr.
Girl.
Just grr.
Girl.
And then you create that tension in the back of your tongue for the L. girl.
Girl.
Right. So for the dark L, you don't even have to bring the tip of the
Girl.
tongue up. You can just create that
Girl.
tension. Girl.
So one thing there that I think confuses a lot of people is the I. The sound of the I. Everybody's looking for that. They try to
Erase it. Delete it.
even you're gonna be trying to say E girl.
Yes.
That'll be.
Don't forget to round your lips just a bit.
Oh,
so
girl.
it gives like a
Girl.
deeper sound and not girl, but girl.
I want to stop you here and talk a little bit about how your voice is going to change. Like I learned this. It's like sometimes we're afraid because we are. I started listening to myself, and especially when I'm recording, which is part of her course. Check it out. But when I record myself, I'm like, oh, I sound deeper. Is that my real voice? Am I faking it too much?
Yeah,
What
this is such a good question, and it comes up so often with my students. So English is placed differently in the body and in the mouth. So Spanish, for example, it's more of a head voice. It's a little nasal.
It is.
And in English, like the voice resonates more in the chest, and that's the deeper voice that you're hearing. And actually, if you don't hear that, you can practice it by dropping your voice more towards your chest. Of course, if it doesn't feel comfortable, then it's okay. You know, like it's not the first thing that you need to focus. But to your question, like I think that if you feel that it sounds a little different, it's okay, right? It's okay. It makes sense. Now I'm gonna add something small to it. Sometimes we change the voice because we're nervous. Sometimes you may find yourself speaking in a much higher or much lower voice. And you want to recognize that if you sound unclear, that maybe you're changing the voice in the wrong way, in a way that doesn't allow your voice to come out. So make sure that you also don't speak in a very high voice that is different from your native tongue, or a very low, quiet voice, because when you go too low, you can't go loud, you know. And so if you feel that your voice is too soft, then maybe it's because you are misusing it. So you always want to feel comfortable, but it's okay if it's slightly different.
All right. And also, we were talking about this on my video, when you speak faster, but you're doing wrong.
Oh, yeah.
What do you call that?
I call it the bad fast speaker.
So it happened to me just before, and she called me on it. So can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so you started, like, if you watch your videos in Spanish, you are like a storm. You start like, I wish I could do it in Spanish. One day I will be able to do
Can
it.
teach you with that.
Yes. With your new channel
Yes,
that you're going to open,
soon to happen,
teaching
yeah.
Spanish. I'm going to be your first subscriber. So you go so fast. Spanish is a language where the vowels are very short. So not only you feel confident and you have your own rhythm, but also the vowels are short, so you move quickly from one sound to another. In English, they're longer vowels, like all the O and A. And if you try to squeeze it into the rhythm of Spanish, it's just not going to sound right. That's the first thing. Second, like a lot of words in English are stretched, all the stress words. So when you speak fast and you try to implement like the rhythm of Spanish, you're not clear. And you get stuck, which is what happened, because you were coming like, this is how I'm used to speaking, expecting yourself to show up like this in English. But no, you gotta have a different speaking strategy. So I told you to slow down,
Yes.
and then you sounded amazing.
And to breathe.
And to breathe.
And I think it's also, it plays on our own insecurities. We think that by speaking faster, we're speaking better.
Yeah,
And then
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're better, or people won't notice our mistakes.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Be so fast, no one will notice. Of course, they won't notice because they won't understand either.
they probably will be like, what?
Yeah, or just nod and be like, yeah.
So think about that.
Yeah.
When you're speaking English, just slow down, breathe, and give yourself a chance.
Yeah, yeah. And allow the work that you've done to show up. Because when you slow down, it will.
It did. Check out my video. The schedule. Like,
Oh, say it again.
schedule.
Almost. There is that one sound in the middle that I'm missing, which is the j sound. Schedule.
Jewel. Okay, let's try that out.
Ske.
Schedule.
So first of all, not esque.
Did I say ske?
No.
Okay.
No. You said it right. I'm like anticipating.
All right, thanks.
Ske.
Schedule. Ju.
So you want to feel the vibrations here.
Okay.
It's a voice sound.
Schedule.
But now let's break it down to two. Schedule And then think as if you have a W-O-L, wol, schedule.
Okay. Scared.
Wol.
Wall.
Yeah, because technically it's a dark
Schedule.
L and then you have an U sound before it, so what you get is that W sound.
Jewel.
Schedule.
Schedule. In the same family, that little animal. Can I try that out?
Yes, please go.
Okay. This is a tough one. Okay.
Can you guess what it is?
A squirrel.
Okay, good. Say it again.
Squirrel.
Yes, squirrel.
Squirrel.
So you want to think of it as
Squirrel.
one sound, one syllable.
Squirrel.
Yeah. It's
And the end will be the longest E.
no, because
No?
there is no E. Listen. Listen to the sounds. Squirrel. So we have
Squirrel.
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 So we have skwa. The W shifts into the R. Squirrel. And the R shifts into the L, adding that mini O that helps us. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Yep. Do it again.
Squirrel.
Not square. Squirrel. Run your lips just
Squirrel. Okay, squirrel.
Yes.
A lot of you know what I'm learning a lot today about
Yeah. So important.
Or squirrel.
It gives you
Squirrel.
a deeper quality to your R sound. Even if you get your tongue right, a lot of
Squirrel.
people don't push the lips and then sounds like squirrel, right?
Squirrel.
And round your lips, it'll give you a
Round
deeper
your lips.
sound, and that way you won't add extra vowels that don't
I
exist
think
there.
that will be my best takeaway from this video.
Good.
Okay, let's try one more word.
One more word. Must have been.
Okay.
Because then we get to talk about the shortcuts. The word have is usually reduced when it's unstressed to which is the schwa. For those of you who know, you know the schwa sound. I have a video about it. I'm going to link to it here. So instead of saying must have been, just add that sound after the must. Musta
Must have been.
been. Must have been.
Must have been.
It must have been hard.
It must have been hard.
It must have been great.
It must have been great.
It must have been challenging.
It must have been challenging.
But you did it.
After this. Oh wow, that's great. That's how do you, what do you call that?
I would call it reductions, or like reduced English, where you reduce the less important part and connect it together.
Well, this is great. I hope this helped your community to understand that we all go through challenges when we're learning a new language,
Right.
And
And just to show that, no matter where and just to show that and just to show.
And just to show you that it happens to all of us.
All of us. Oh my God. If you watch my outtakes, I'm like, no matter where you're at on your journey, there's always something to learn, and we're always open to learning, even me, to making mistakes, to being open about it, not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the only way to learn.
The accent way, the Hadar.
Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to Andres's channel.
And give us a thumbs up if you like it.
Absolutely. And I will see you here next week in the next video. Bye.
Adios.